Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies and this is Marley Design. And today we are going to start episode number 4 of my Christmas series. Let's make a Christmas journal from scratch. Here is the journal and we already worked on the structure, the journal itself, decorating the structure, these papers for example. Then in episode number 2 we did the cover of the journal. And in episode number 3 we made these large tags. And the large tags will fit perfectly behind those smaller tags. But yeah, what are we going to do today? I already told you in the previous videos that this spine is a little bit wider. And why? Because I want to add some journal pages here in the middle. And that is what we are going to do today. I have some of my own papers here on the top and also here on the bottom. I got out some scrap papers and for example this stack is out of my Christmas box. Every year I make something for Christmas, a journal, tags, labels, cards, you name it, but I always have something left. And this was also left. I think about 2 years ago I made a Christmas journal, but the journal got way too bulky, so I had to get rid of a couple of pages. I have never thrown them into the bin, but yeah, just saved them for, some other time. And that time is now. Here you can see I already glued a pocket down, and it is in the shape of an envelope. Then just a regular tea or coffee dyed lined paper, some old ledger paper. And then here on the outside I have a piece of lace. Then I have this piece, 2 pages, left and right I have pockets. And also this file folder is open, so you can add some extra ephemera or embellishments. And just some regular loose pages, lined paper. And this is a little bit of a dotted paper, and this was for bullet journaling. These pages have different sizes. That does not matter because I like those parts that are sticking out. And like it is already made for this journal, the size is already correct. Now what I want to do next is add a couple of more pages with my own papers and some leftover scraps that I have, and make the journal part a little bit thicker. Okay, so here I have my little package of joy, Christmas joy. All the pages are in here. I do not need any more because I do not want this middle piece to be too bulky. I want to add, of course, the tags, and you need some room to close everything up together. So in total I have used 8 sheets and then of course fold them double. And this is the thickness we are talking about. Now I need to get this piece inside of the journal on the spine. I will go for a very easy and simple binding. Well, not really binding. I'm going to make 2 holes, one on the top, one on the bottom. I will use some elastic. I can slide all my loose pages underneath the elastic. And the elastic band will keep all the pages in place. This is what we have so far. The only thing that I did not mention, that on the last page, so this is the middle, I have reinforced the middle with one of my own papers to make it a little bit more stronger. You can decorate the inside of this journal to your liking, and today I will give you 3 options to do that. Let's start with embellishment number 1. We are going to make some small envelopes. And the envelopes will be made out of these pockets. These are from my ephemera kit for Christmas, but you do not have to use them as pockets. When you think a little bit outside the box, you can do a lot more with these. So for now I have 2 different kind of pockets, and I will combine them with a piece of backdrop from Tim Holtz, also the Christmas edition. When you fold all these sides to the inside and you have your pocket, make sure this paper is in the same height as your pocket. Also make sure that the width is wider than your pocket, because I talked about making envelopes, so you need some kind of flap as a closure for the envelope. Then the beauty is that those backdrops from Tim Holtz, they have a pattern on both sides, and on top of that pattern I have glued down a strip of paper. And you can see the papers are matching, so you can mix and match throughout the journal. I'm going to do exactly the same for this one. This is the pattern that we have left, and because I like contrast, I decided to go for a darker piece of paper that will go on top. And of course I like layers, so on top of this darker strip of paper and on top of this green piece of pattern paper, I can add more layers. For example with tape or a piece of ephemera. And after this layered effect I also would like to add some kind of a focal point. So you can see here we have a lot of clear area left, and that is the exact spot that I will use to create some kind of a focal point. So right now I will give you a piece of this video more sped up. And this is the result, well, for now, because of course you can add more and more to your liking. You can think about twine and wrap it around, creating extra layers with little pieces of snippets. You could also use some Christmas tape, some quotes or words or numbers. And I would also like to say these two are made in a vertical position, but you can also make them horizontal. I already prepared two, so let me show you. And look how cute. So for this one, in the middle I have a round label. On top there is a small piece of a round ephemera. Both are from Tim Holtz. Then a little green label here on the left bottom with 24. This is a remnant rub. On the layered pieces of paper on the flap of the envelope, I have added some text. And when you glue the label down, this round label, I have only glued the bottom part. The upper part is not glued down, and that means the flap can go behind the label as a closure. Then this envelope. Also on the top I have made some layers, strips of papers glued together. Then my closure is also a label with a red outline. I have stamped something on top. A large poinsettia is my decoration for the left top. And just a minute ago I told you about maybe using twine or ribbon, and this is what you can do. You can wrap it around the envelope. So this could go or be attached on one of those inner pages of the journal. You can use a paper clip or a small clamp. And when you do not need the envelope to be like loose, so you can get it in and out of the journal, you can also think about gluing the whole envelope right into the journal. These are done. Let's go to our second embellishment. For my second embellishment for the journal, I'm going to use these small coin envelopes. First, I will give them a good rub of vintage photo distress ink. After that, I will embellish the front of the envelope. Awesome, we are done with embellishment number 2. I will do a quick run through. So the base was our coin envelope. On top I have added a little cluster on the bottom. A larger, wider piece of paper strip, a smaller piece of paper strip, the flowers as a focal point, and then a small label and a tiny ticket to add some extra layers. And on this side it is almost the same. But instead of the flowers I used the bird, the red cardinal. I have wrapped the envelopes with a thin twine, but yeah, you do not need that. It is a possibility, so it's up to you, it's your choice. And it all depends on how you want to use these envelopes. Do you want to glue them on a page? The twine could go, because then you will add glue on the back of the envelope and glue it down. But when you use it in a pocket, they are good like they are right now, and the twine can stay around the envelopes. And one little extra thing to point out, the closure is made out of Velcro. Now let's move forward and go to embellishment number 3. And for the third embellishment I'm going to use these vintage postcards. First of all I'm going to cut them out, but not straight on the edge. I will leave maybe a 1/4 inch, half a centimeter, of white along all sides. Without filming, I have finished all 4 of my postcards. The ideal stamp set to do this is from Tim Holtz. The stamp set is called Correspondence, and the number of the set is CMS 225. And because I am making this for a Christmas journal, I have used the Tim Holtz postal stamps in green and in red. And what I also did on these 3 postal cards is crunching up those edges, those corners, and make some crinkles in the paper to give it an old and worn look. I haven't done that on this postal card, so let's do it together. And all these little and small, like tears and crinkles, will help to make the all-over look a little bit more vintage. For now, in this video, these are done. It does not mean they are totally finished. I mean, maybe you want to add it into your journal with some other vintage papers. So then think about stacking them up and clipping them together, or tie them with a little piece of twine. This is just to get you started, and it is a little extra for the journal, which you can combine with all kinds of other materials. And here I have the total overview of today's video. First, we worked in the journal, well, to create a journal inside a journal. Then we made the envelopes, vertical and horizontal, the 2 coin envelopes, and last our postal cards. I think this is a nice Christmas batch, which is a great start to fill up your Christmas journal. So this was my video for you today. I hope you liked it and got some inspiration out of it. When you do, like, subscribe or comment down below. And if there is anything in this video that you have questions about, also drop them in the comment section, and I will try to answer them for you. For the ones who would like to know what kind of materials I have used in today's video, I will make a supply list in my description box so you can check it out. And when you think, okay, well, this was a nice video, follow me for more, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. And when you want to check out all my other social platforms, I will put the link in the description box below so you can follow me and my work. I had a blast making this video. I hope to see you very, very soon for our next episode in this new Christmas series. But for now, have a wonderful day. Bye!